The Nerdfighters are made of so much awesome. Wow! That was the coolest project ever. Nerdfighters, thank you for all the compliments. You guys are so nice. It is December 19th. That means there are 13 more days to upload videos before 2008. And guess what that means? Lists! For today's list, I'm going to tell you my top 10, my personal top 10 quotes from the Harry Potter books by Albus Dumbledore. That's Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore for the hardcore Harry Potter Nerdfighters. And I'm going to throw in a disclaimer before I start. Book 6 is lost. I mean, the book isn't lost. I have the book at home, but I'm in Pennsylvania, and the book is in Utah, and they don't have them here. So I can't find my text file of my book 6 quotes. So you're going to hear my top 10 Dumbledore quotes from books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Actually, I made top 10 lists from all 7 books. I'm just going to put that out there right now so you know what a nerd I am. No wiki lexicon usage here. I did it all myself by researching the books. Now, I do this because I am a Harry Potter nerd, but not because I am a Harry Potter nerd, because Dumbledore is one of my favorite characters, but I think that a lot of the reason for this is because, yeah, he's, a great wizard and everything, but I think J.K. Rowling designed him so that many of the things that he says are universally applicable, and a lot of the things he said are very Nerdfighter applicable, and so that's why I'm sharing them now. So, without further rambling and silly ado, here they are. Number 10 is, curiosity is not a sin, but we should exercise caution with our curiosity. Yes, indeed. Number 9 is also from the 4th book. It is, numbing the pain for a while will only make it worse when you finally feel it, and I just think that's true. Number 8 is, understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery. Number 7, and one of my favorites, it is our choices that show what we truly are far more than our abilities. 6, 5, and 4, all from Book 7. Do not pity the dead, pity the living, and above all, those who live without love. Perhaps those who are best suited to power, evil baby orphanage, are those who have never sought it. My favorite quote, I dare say, from the entire series. Of course it is happening inside your head, but why on earth should that mean that it is not real? I love Book 7 so much. It has such great quotes and such great scenes, but that's not the point. Number 3 is the only Dumbledore quote that made the top 10 list from Book 3, and it's not from one of his, famous monologues. The scenes that you know are going to have great quotes. It's something that he just says. Dumbledore turns to Fudge and says, think about what you are saying, and I think that is a very wise sentiment. And I picked the top 2 not because they're personally my favorite Dumbledore quotes, but for their relevance to nerd fighting. The first is from the 5th book. Youth cannot know how age thinks and feels, but old men are guilty if they forget what it was to be young. I don't know that there are many nerd fighters who are old men. I'm not calling anybody old, but I know there's a lot of people older than me. People with kids. I bet there are even some nerd fighters with grandchildren out there, and I think that's a big part of the Nerdfighter project. Decreasing world suck. It's in the Great Hall. Dumbledore says, we are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. Differences of habit and language are nothing at all if our aims are identical and our hearts are open. And that's the Brotherhood 2.0. That is Nerdfighters. That's what's in my pants. And that's what we're about. Our aims are increasing awesome and decreasing world suck, and Our hearts are all nerdy. That's just, when I was writing these down, I didn't plan on talking about, like, brotherhood, but thinking about that in the context of Monday's Project for Awesome, wow, like, that's what we do, and that's who we are, and that's what Hank and John have brought us together for. Obviously, I can't speak for them, but I would say this is why they do it. That's why they do it. There doesn't have to be a scavenger hunt. There didn't have to be a Project for Awesome. There didn't have to be a Fun to Decrease World Suck. They don't have to spotlight other Nerdfighters. They don't have to be in my pants. My pants don't even have to exist. They do that for us. And I can't say thank you enough to Hank and John, to Catherine and the Yeti for putting up with them, and to all the other Nerdfighters that have shown me how much awesome there is in the world. There is more awesome than suck. Read Harry Potter. That's all I have to say. If you haven't read Harry Potter, just read Harry Potter. Nerdfighters, don't forget to be awesome.